Hey, welcome back to Family Investment. In this video, I'm going to share with you the live session I've done with the club members on my NVIDIA analysis. And if you stick towards the end, I will show you the updated buy trigger and value trigger from my analysis from the earnings of Q3 2026. Hope you enjoyed this video and speak to you soon.
AI is not in a bubble. The demand is high. The Blackwell is literally out of stock. The 500 billion on Blackwell alone is on track. And the message here is, Blackwell demand is high. Some even quoted Blackwell demand is out of stock. She said, I'm raising my 2030 target of NVIDIA from 10 trillion to 20 trillion. I repeat, 10 trillion to 20. And she's the one that predicted that NVIDIA is going to hit 1 trillion like way before COVID. And then when I read it, I thought, oh. And I sort of piggyback what she said. And yes, so 10 trillion, 20 trillion, and we're sitting about 4 trillion just now. The 20 trillion is another 5x. So she's purely believes that 2030 is not far away. We're in 2025 and 26 is around the corner. So she believes that NVIDIA is going to be way bigger than Tesla, even with the robots and everything. And after listening to the earnings today, I can see where she's coming from. Gross margin, this is what we really like, 73% gross margin. Meaning for every $100 they sell, the gross margin comes back $73. Okay. And what made it even better, I think for the next quarter, it's 74%. And what makes it even crazier, for 2026, they call it the mid-70s, meaning it could go up to 75, it could be 74. So that's where it's really transitioning, and the demand is high, so people have to buy at a fixed price. There's no discount. So revenue will be 65 billion. So we broke 57 from 55, 54. We hit 57, we broke that. And now it's going 65 billion. So there's additional of 8 billion on top of it with the Blackwell demand and a gross margin of 75% and mid-70s in 2020. So what does it all mean? This means that the demand is high. It's going even higher. It's going to make even more money. It's simple as that. Simple as that. And other areas like auto. Now they've got auto in there, OEM and others. So these two segments are stuff to watch out for future growth. Remember, this is only 500. It's less than $1 billion now. But it's something that we should watch in the long run on where they can start achieving and pushing the thing. Okay. So, and I think the last part is the 2027. I remember Jensen mentioning it, but it's not written on the slide. So this is the gap for 2026 Q4. Where is it? Q4. So this is the one. This is important. So revenue will be 65 billion. So we broke 57 from 55, 54. We hit 57. We broke that. And now he's going 65 billion. So there's additional of 8 billion on top of it with the Blackwell demand and a gross margin of 75% and mid-70s in 2020. So what does it all mean? This means that the demand is high. It's going even higher. It's going to make even more money. It's simple as that. Simple as that. But and then it goes on. Okay, so we got all the metrics for the financial. But what really blows out is if you guys go to the investors relations side, is the amount of information. I mean, we see information coming from social media. A few of them never propped up, and this is one. Announce a strategic partnership to deploy at least 10 gigawatt of NVIDIA. I knew there was only 1 gigawatt. It was on the website. Now it's 10 gigawatt of NVIDIA for OpenAI. I'm surprised. I thought XAI would be getting this 10 gigawatt, but it's OpenAI's got it. Okay. And Anthropic, I think Anthropic is somewhere. Anthropic is getting 1 gigawatt. Okay. That's what the announcement with Microsoft yesterday. And NVLink, which is what they are trying to strive with Intel. And now, even this is even awesome. 7 new supercomputers, including Oracle, to build US Department of Energy largest AI supercomputer, featuring 100,000 NVIDIA Blackwell GPU, plus another Equinox featuring 10,000. And what makes it even better, I think there was an announcement. There was an announcement that the Saudis are getting 70,000 AI chips approved, like soon because they're in. And this includes the Blackwell Ultra. So it looks like China might be no longer the second biggest acquirement of AMD and NVIDIA. It's going to be Saudi. It's going to be more than Germany. Germany is only getting 10,000 GPUs. They're getting 70,000 GPUs. And the list goes on. And then obviously the celebration of the first Blackwell that was built in Arizona. So it's good news. The Arizona facility is up and running, and lots of Taiwanese engineers being flown across there, building the new life, family, yada yada. Great. I wish I was part of that group. Revealed that more Ethernet switches. So if you guys don't know, the NVQ link and the Spectrum X is the Ethernet switches protocol, meaning NVIDIA is not just selling the GPU, but NVIDIA is selling the whole holistic package. And one thing I read is regarding the Omniverse. Omniverse is expanding. Okay. Lots of companies are pulling in Omniverse. Lots of enterprise PCs are getting in Omniverse. Omniverse is like the virtual universe, like the twin universe. So in this whole twin universe, is many companies are selling this digital twin. Meaning, for example, you run an oil company. Okay, let's say I run a shop. I run a shop that's got 5 different Kentucky Fried Chicken vendor. And how do I control my margin, operating, optimize my crew? So I get Omniverse, I simulate it, and how I can see if accidents will happen if I did do X, Y, Z. How can my delivery slow down, or if I can play a scenario if there was a snowfall and how would it affect my business. So Omniverse is like the digital twin that can be simulated on the computer in anticipation of what will happen next. But one thing that he mentioned in the Saudi conference today that I've read is he mentioned that everybody is so interested in accelerated. Everybody is so interested in agentic AI, obviously, Anthropic, ChatGPT, making videos and all that fancy stuff, Gemini 3. But what's really building the case is accelerated computer, which is the second tier, accelerated computing, because there's loads of data that companies are still trying to decipher, lots of documentation, lots of SAP information. If you guys work with SAP, lots of banking details that needs to be aligned, needs to be put through, organized. So much things on the internet needs to be filed away. So the whole accelerated computing is speeding things up. Remember the days that you and me, if you guys are my age, 40s, 30s, we're still working for like Excel spreadsheets. But have you realized in the last 3-4 months, if you use loads of Copilot, you're no longer there coding Copilot. You're there building dashboards for your spreadsheets. I don't know if you guys are not doing that. You use Copilot, you can use Claude to start building dashboard, start coding what you need and putting all your data out in the layout that you need. And your CSV file that you download off a server, off a client, that can automatically being punched in, dropped in. You don't even have to click manual import. Things are accelerating. All these things are in the cloud. So accelerated computing, don't look down at it. It's happening big time around us. And agentic AI is like the super sexy thing that is going around, Gemini and all that fancy. But that is something that will come later. But accelerated computing is what's really pushing Blackwell chip to clients. That's what the client needs as of today. I hope that's useful for you shareholders, because what really pains me today is what really pisses me off. Okay, my wife sent me. She says, "Are you sure?" Because she knows that we hold lots.
So now for the BuyTrigger and Value Trigger update as of today. After earnings, look at the data, $500 billion worth of Blackwells and more to come for Rubin and Rubin Ultra. I'm comfortable to say $198 for the BuyTrigger and $298 for the Value Trigger as calculated as per the forecast from the analysts that we capture here. 66% growth from 61%, the 74% margin and mid-70% margin for 2026, giving us very, very good confidence. So I think I'm confident to say with this BuyTrigger, this could be my last upgrade of the BuyTrigger, because we look at future 5 years ahead and 5 years previous, a total of 10 years of data. And now we just have to enjoy the ride. We've been accumulating, we've been buying the dip for a long, long time. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. And if you want to join, sign up to my BuyTrigger Club. That's where I do live session at least twice a week. Upgrade buy triggers, hundreds of BuyTrigger data, not just NVIDIA alone. Hope to see you guys there. And that's where I shine and that's where I share with you personally and a community. Take care. My name's Alex Ko and see you soon.